Good day, I'm Engineer Ejike Ejua. I'm welcoming you to our online tutorial on software development. Kindly watch our tutorial. We shall be looking at comparing promises and asynchronous/await. Instructor/coordinator Engineer Ejike Ejua, powered by Mathematical Global Services. Objective: students will be able to compare and contrast promises and asynchronous/await, identifying strengths and weaknesses. Introduction: both promises and asynchronous/await handle asynchronous code, but each has unique benefits. Promises are flexible and widely supported, while asynchronous/await provides cleaner, synchronous-looking code but may require try/catch for error handling. Coding examples. As you can see on the screen, this is our HTML code. Kindly study it carefully and take note of each line of code. So let's move to our coding environment proper. At our HTML coding environment, we have our doc type HTML. Then below it, we have our HTML open tag. In between the open tag, we have the lag, which is equals to language, which is equals to English EN. Then we have our head open tag. Then below it, we have a code meta mindset, which is a code for character and language. Then below it, we have our title code. Then in between the title open and close tag, we have our write-up promises versus async/await. That is what will be in our title bar. Then we now close our head. Then below it, we now have our body open tag. Then below the body open tag, we have our h2 code. Compare promises and async/await. This is what we will display on the web page. Then below it, we have our button ID. We have ID is equals to promise BTM. Then in between the button tags, we have fetch with promise. The fetch is the phrase fetch with promise is what will be displayed on the button. They also have another button with an ID async BTM. Then we now have fetch with async/await. That is what will display on the button. Then we also have our next line of code, which is paragraph with ID output. Then we now have click a button to load data. That is what we display on the web page. Then we have our next line of code, which is our comment link to external JavaScript. Then we also have our JavaScript linking code below it. Then we have the script.js, which is the file that is hosting our JavaScript code. This file over here. So then we'll now close our body. Then close our HTML. Then let's move to our JavaScript coding. As you can see on the screen, please take note of each line of code here and the dots, semicolon. So everything that you're seeing on the screen, please kindly take note of it. So let's move to our JavaScript coding environment proper. And the JavaScript coding environment, so we have our lines of code as you can see on the screen. So here we have the first line of code, which is cons space output is equals to document.getElement by ID output. This is the output, that is the name. Then below it we have another code where constant space promise set btn document.getElement by ID promise btn, which is the ID name. They also have another one, cons async btn document.getElement by ID async btn. So all this code is the code that we use to display the content on the HTML environment. Then we have our next of code. Here is a comment using promises, that is shorter display. Then we have the next line of code, function fetch with promise. Please, as I stated earlier, as a beginner, it will be difficult for you to be able to write this code or cram this code. So it will be advisable, or I'm advising you to get a pen and paper, write each line of code as you are studying this particular tutorial. Take note of all the commas, curly bracket, the backslash. So they are all important. Each one you miss will give you an error code. So take note of it as we proceed. Then we have the .catch, which handles errors. So whenever there is an error in the application, the .catch is the code that display error in your coding. Let's move to the next line of code using async/await, that is longer delay. Then we have the code async space function fetch with Asyncawait. So as we move on, you see the code try, curly bracket, below it await new promises, resolve, set timeout, resolve in 5 seconds. You have the code. Then let response await, fetch. This is our API, it's a website. We want to fetch this website information. Then we have let data is equal to await response.json. This is a code that we will use to fetch the information from this web bracket. Then console.log async/await resolve or load the information and the console. Then we have the next line of code, false English result. Then we have output.text content async/await result. This is the first post title. Then If there is an error, it's the code catch error, console.error. The output of the error will be an error occur while using Asyncawait. Then we have the button event. We have promise btn.add event listener, click fetch with promise. So this is the code that is interacting with our button. Then we also have the second line of code, async btn add event listener, click first child, the Asyncawait. Fetch with Asyncawait. Then we save our work. Then we'll now move to the web browser and we'll now refresh our web page. As you can see at the title bar, we have promises versus asynchronous await. Then we see our H2 code, compare promises and asynchronous await. We have two buttons. This is fetch with promise, see it, please wait. Promise result, this is the first post title. Then we'll then click the second one, fetch with async. Then please wait, asynchronous result, this is first title. So as you can see, both are almost doing the same thing, both asynchronous and promises. Just the difference there is on the delay. Both approaches fetch the same data. Promises use chaining, while asynchronous/await looks more like synchronous code with try/catch error handling. Summary: promises and asynchronous/await achieve the same result, but asynchronous/await improves readability for complex operations. Conclusion: watch the next video on debugging issues in asynchronous code.
Thank you for watching our tutorial. Kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel, like, share and comment for one-on-one training on software development and affiliate marketing, or if you wish we build your website for you, kindly contact us on 080-3642-2829. We also partner with Asyncawait Limited, African First Digital Contributory Scheme, where we show you how to raise capital for that business of your dream. Thank you. May God bless you all.